Hey up internet and welcome to On the Sofa Live. If you're new, do subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay in the loop. Breaking Pam Bondi latest. Trump fires his attorney general. Good riddance. Good riddance to bad rubbish. That's what I say. Good riddance. This is brilliant news. Pam Bondi's been fired. Absolutely brilliant. Donald Trump has sacked Pam Bondi as Attorney General, having grown frustrated over her handling of the Epstein files. Bondi's temporary replacement, Todd Blanche, has thanked the president in a post online. Well, Donald Trump is not the only one who is frustrated with Pam Bondi over her handling of the Epstein files. First, she said the files are on her desk. Then she said there are no Epstein files. Then she released some of the Epstein files, but they were heavily redacted. And there are still millions of files to be released. So, yeah, Trump is not the only one who is frustrated over her handling of the Epstein files, but I dare say we're frustrated over her handling of the Epstein files for different reasons to Trump. The article lists the key points. Donald Trump has fired Attorney General Pam Bondi. Trump says, "We love Pam, but she's departing for the private sector." Sacking comes after Trump and Bondi had heated confrontation. The president's frustration with her performance had been growing, including her handling of the Epstein files. So, yeah, Trump was frustrated with her handling of the Epstein files, apparently. But let's see if we can view that post. It says this: Trump had grown frustrated over Bondi's handling of the Epstein files. It's been widely reported that Trump's decision to fire his attorney general may be down to her handling of the Epstein files and their release earlier this year by the Department of Justice. The DOJ was ordered to release the files by the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which Trump signed into law last year amid pressure from Republicans in Congress. As a reminder, nobody is under investigation in the US in relation to the Epstein files. Yeah, exactly. And that is why most of us, most decent people at least, are frustrated with Pam Bondi because of the Epstein files. Not for the same reason that Trump is frustrated with her, but because so far nobody in the United States has been put under investigation. No arrests have been made because of the Epstein files. And Trump himself is in the Epstein files over 1 million times, and nothing has happened to him, and I don't think it ever will do, unfortunately. That's why we're frustrated with Pam Bondi, with the way Pam Bondi has handled the Epstein files. It is also reported Trump had grown discontent with Bondi as she wasn't moving fast enough in prosecuting his critics and adversaries. Yeah, that's the real reason. That's the real reason he has fired her, I think, because she wasn't moving fast enough in arresting and prosecuting his critics. That's the real reason he's got rid of her, in my opinion. Let's see what he had to say on Truth Social. He said this: Pam Bondi is a great American patriot and loyal friend who faithfully served as my Attorney General over the past year. Pam did a tremendous job overseeing a massive crackdown in crime across our country, with murderers plummeting to their lowest level since 1900. We love Pam, and she will be transitioning to a much needed and important new job in the private sector, to be announced at a date in the near future. So she's not even going to get another job in the cabinet. So Pam Bondi is not even going to get another job in the government. She's not even going to get another job in the cabinet. That is serious. This is how much Trump is obviously frustrated with her. She hasn't even got a job in the private sector yet. It's going to be announced at a date in the near future. And our Deputy Attorney General and a very talented and respected legal mind, Todd Blanche, will step in to serve as Acting Attorney General. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Danny fucking Price on Instagram had this to say: Attorney General Pam Bondi has been fired by Donald Trump. In a not so unexpected move, Donald Trump has fired Pam Bondi from her position as the head of Department of Justice. Pam Bondi reportedly begged Trump not to fire her when she met with him in the Oval Office on Wednesday night ahead of his speech to the nation on the war in Iran. And I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for that. She has debased herself and lied for Donald Trump again and again, and it's done nothing for her. She's been fired. She's ended up on the scrap heap. Her political career in tatters. She's debased herself for Trump and lied for him again and again for what? Absolutely nothing. Pathetic. Pam Bondi is now the second person to be fired from Trump's cabinet after he fired Kristi Noem just last month, after months of mounting scandals, including giving $200 million to a company she had ties to. Sources, including Newsmax, are citing that Trump was frustrated over the lack of progress on indictments against Democrats believed to be behind lawfare claims, and because he believes that Bondi tipped off Republican Eric Swalwell about an ongoing FBI investigation into him communicating with Christine Fang, an alleged Chinese spy. She's intervening in those matters. The White House wasn't pleased she was intervening due to her personal friendship with Swalwell. Trump is probably also livid about Pam Bondi being unable to deal with the Epstein files fallout. Never forget that Pam Bondi refused to acknowledge Epstein survivors during her appearance in House of Representatives Judiciary Committee, where she attempted to defend the Department of Justice's handling of the Epstein files by lying under oath and even citing the Dow being over 50K as a deflection from her bullshit. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000, and the Nasdaq smashing records. Americans 401 KS and retirements are booming. That's what we should be talking about. That's what she said.
Right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader, as I hear, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement savings are booming. That's what we should be talking about.
Yeah, right, sure. The Dow is now under 50,000. It's actually 46,000. Womp womp. In early 2025, Pam Bondi promised that there would be major disclosures in regards to the Epstein files. Instead, the Department of Justice released heavily redacted files a year later than initially promised, no client lists, and proceeded to further redact names of perpetrators while actively removing mentions of Donald Trump and exposing the identities of survivors. Absolutely no justice has been served in relation to the Epstein files. Pam Bondi protected Donald Trump and the elites who abused hundreds of victims and now needs to face the consequences of her actions. Yeah, I really, really hope that she does indeed face consequences for her actions. She should be in fucking prison. And the Department of Justice needs to release the full Epstein files. But they won't, because the president is a fucking nonce. Yeah, there she is, turning her face away from the survivors. Absolutely despicable. She's a horrible, horrible person. And he says, please support my work. And if you're not following Danny fucking Price on Instagram, you really ought to, because he's awesome. He's brilliant. He reports every day, and he always brings receipts. He's just brilliant. He's awesome. So go follow him on Instagram. This is hilarious.
The Dow right now. S&P at almost 7,000. The American people need to know this. Need to know how is the Dow.
Let me address the survivors, because that's
how is the Dow.
How many of Epstein's co-conspirators have you indicted? How many perpetrators are you even?
The Dow right now is over 50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. That's what we should be talking about. The Dow right now.
Oh my God.
Over 7,000. The American people need to know this. Need to know how is the Dow.
Let me address.
That's so hilarious. The Dow's not going to save you now, Pam. That is hilarious. You love to see it. Oh my God. Brilliant stuff. So what next for Pam Bondi, I wonder? Hopefully, if there's any justice, she'll end up in prison for a long, long time. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. And please do me a favor and like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and do leave a comment, because that would really help me out with the algorithm. Okay, bye for now.